Silence doesn't hide the hurt. It becomes the hurt. People think abuse requires shouting, raised voices, explosions of anger, visible cruelty. But some of the deepest wounds are delivered without a sound. He remembered sitting across from someone who said nothing. No anger, no frustration, no explanation, just absence. A silence that felt like being erased while still being watched. Silent treatment is not calm. It is control. It punishes without confrontation. It injures without evidence. It isolates without closure. Your mind does the hurting for them. You replay what you said. You imagine what you did wrong. You craft apologies for wounds you cannot see. You shrink around a void that grows larger every hour. If you've ever felt your chest tighten because someone withdrew, or felt guilt without understanding why, or felt desperate for a single word, you already know. Silence is not the absence of conflict. It is the weapon that turns your own mind against you. Number 10. Silent treatment works because humans fear social disconnection more than pain. He once felt physical pain fade faster than the ache of being ignored. This is social pain theory. The brain processes emotional exclusion in the same neural pathways as physical injury. Silent treatment is psychological starvation. Your brain interprets the withdrawal as survival threat. If they disconnect, I lose safety. So you panic, apologize, submit, self-blame, all to restore connection you didn't even break. Human trigger. The brain fears abandonment more than injury. Emotion shift, recognition to unease. You weren't hurt by silence. You were hurt by your need for connection. Number 9. Silence forces you to fill in the blanks with your worst fears. He once received no reply to a message that mattered. Minutes turned to hours. Hours turned to dread. Not because anything happened, but because nothing did. The brain hates ambiguity. It rushes to fill the void with the darkest interpretations. I must have done something wrong. They're angry. They're disappointed. They don't care. This is catastrophic projection. Silent treatment doesn't need accusations. Your mind creates them. Human trigger. Ambiguity hurts more than the truth. Emotion shift. Unease to doubt. The silence didn't accuse you. Your fear did. Number 8. Silent treatment reverses blame by making you apologize for their behavior. He once found himself apologizing to someone who refused to acknowledge him, not because he was wrong, but because silence creates desperation. This is reversal conditioning. The brain seeks relief from emotional hunger more than justice. You apologize to make the silence stop. You shrink to restore peace. You take responsibility for what isn't yours. Silent treatment doesn't punish wrongdoing. It punishes independence. Human trigger. Silence teaches you to take the blame. Emotion shift. Doubt to suspicion. You didn't apologize for action. You apologized for absence. Number 7. Silence turns your nervous system against you. He once felt his heart race, not from conflict, but from the lock of it. No message, no signal, no reassurance, just uncertainty. This activates attachment panic. Your nervous system enters fight-flight without an external threat. Silent treatment creates a stress loop. You try to fix it. Silence continues. Your anxiety spikes. Your logic collapses. You cling harder. Human trigger. Silence is interpreted as danger. Emotion shift. Suspicion to alarm. You weren't afraid of losing them. You were afraid of losing stability. Number 6. Silent treatment makes you beg for the very person hurting you. He once felt desperate for the attention of someone who hurt him most. not love, not need, withdrawal. Silent treatment creates dependency inversion. The abuser withdraws. You chase. They control. You weaken. It rewires your nervous system. Absence becomes power. Presence becomes reward. Human trigger. You seek the pain that promises relief. Emotion shift. Alarm. Bewilderment. You didn't chase them. You chased the end of the anxiety. Number 5. Silence allows abusers to hurt you without looking like the villain. He once tried telling others about the silent treatment he was receiving. They didn't understand. How can silence be abuse? This is plausible deniability abuse, the cruelty that hides behind inaction. It's invisible, unprovable, emotionally lethal. Silent treatment leaves no evidence except the devastation inside you. Human trigger. Lack of proof doesn't mean lack of harm. Emotion shift. Disbelief to tension. You weren't imagining the abuse. You were experiencing a silent version of it. Number 4. Silence works because it doesn't give you anything to fight against. He once prepared arguments, reasons, clarifications, but silence gave him nothing to confront. No accusations, no statements, no conflict, just emptiness. You can't defend yourself against the absence of words. This is conflict deprivation control, the tactic that removes a target for your resistance. Your brain spirals because it has no direction to aim the pain. Human trigger. You can't fight nothing. Emotion shift. Tension to chill. You didn't lose the argument. You lost the ability to speak. Number 3. Silent treatment damages your sense of worth without a single insult. He once felt himself shrink after days of silence, not because he was wrong, but because silence feels like erasure. This is identity abrasion, the slow erosion of self-esteem. When someone important refuses to acknowledge you, your brain interprets it as, you don't matter, you're not worth responding to, you're insignificant. Human trigger. The mind confuses silence with verdict. Emotion shift. Chill to collapse. You aren't worthless, you are treated as invisible. Number 2. You stay because silent treatment makes you fear the next withdrawal. He once clung to someone not because they offered love, but because he feared the next silent freeze. This is intermittent reinforcement abuse. Silence, panic, attention, relief. Silence, panic, attention, relief. Your brain becomes addicted to the cycle, not a person, the relief. Human trigger. You don't love the connection, you fear the disconnection. Emotion shift, collapse to awareness. You didn't stay for them, you stayed for the moment the silence ended. Number 1. Silent treatment destroys you because it forces you to break yourself. The final truth about silent treatment is the darkest. It makes you self-destruct so they don't have to. You question yourself, you blame yourself, you rewrite the story to justify their withdrawal. You shrink, soften, bend, beg. They don't need to hurt you. You do the hurting for them. Silent treatment is psychological abuse in its purest form. Pain delivered by your own mind. Human trigger. Silent treatment doesn't punish behavior, it punishes existence. Emotion shift. Awareness to quiet shock. You weren't broken by silence. You were broken by what it made you do to yourself. Silence isn't peace. It's warfare without sound. If someone came to mind while reading this, a partner, a parent, a friend, a boss, you weren't recalling memories. You were recognizing patterns. Silent treatment is not maturity. It is not space. It is not calm. It is abandonment used as control. It is absence used as punishment. It is silence used as a weapon. But awareness neutralizes the weapon. The moment you understand that the pain is manufactured, not deserved, you step outside the trap. If someone you know is suffering inside a quiet cage that no one else can see, share this with them, not to expose the abuser, but to give the survivor the one thing silence tries to take, their voice.